Hello, everyone, and welcome to Channel 18 TV News. I'm Don Julian. In the news, the Hopkins County Commissioners Court voted Monday to modify an Ocean Spray Cranberries Incorporated tax abatement by 10% to match a reduction in staffing. According to Sulphur Springs Hopkins County Economic Development Corporation Executive Director Roger Figley, the tax abatement from the county was $28,000 with requirements that the company maintain 147 employees. However, the company now has 125 employees. There are plans for the company to work on building that number back up, with 5 jobs to be added this year. 4 years still remain on the 5-year tax abatement agreement with the county. Commissioners Court voted unanimously to reduce the Ocean Spray Cranberries tax abatement by 10%. The court also approved a resolution authorizing the court to submit an application to the Texas Department of Agriculture for 2018 disaster funding through the Texas Community Development Block Grant Program.
On Saturday, June 15th, Heritage Park is going to be quite busy with the Riley Springs Jamboree coming to town and appearing inside the new Winifred House building inside the park. Shows at 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. Get your ticket and be there.
We have 2 events in Heritage Park this week. Or on Saturday, you're going to be kind of crowded. We're looking forward and excited about it. We've got the whip contest, and then the Dairy Festival's bringing it in and going to use our facility at the Winifred building.
That's kind of early, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I think it starts at 10 or something. I figure they'll be there most of the morning getting set up and getting everything ready, and haven't got all the details worked out with them yet, but they're going to be there. And then we follow up that evening with the Riley Springs Jamboree, which we're excited about as well.
Well, the Jamboree traditionally holds its shows at, guess where, Riley Springs.
Yeah.
But this time we want to come to town and bring the show to town. We have 2 shows that evening, 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. Your choice, it's still $10, and you'll get great entertainment. Lots more than your $10 worth.
Yep. Absolutely, and we're looking forward to having everybody in the park and in the facility as well. This is a really good jumping off place for us, and it's just it's going to be a wild and crazy day for us. So we're excited about it.
Saturday the 15th of June, and kind of an extravaganza for Winifred House, but it is so beautiful, so much needed. I won't say that you have indoor plumbing, because you had indoor plumbing before.
Yes.
But this is inside a beautiful building.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And we're like I said, we're very excited about the facility and the accommodations that we can give everyone. And
it has a full kitchen and a cute little window, serving window, let's say.
Yeah, serving window out of it. And there's one in the building, one outside, so for our events and other events, we can use concession out of there and keep our ladies cool for a change instead of working out in the heat all day.
Okay, yeah.
So it's going to be an exciting.
When we think of Heritage Park, yes, we do think of all outdoors, or maybe just quick trips inside some of the buildings. But this is a new addition. Only a few weeks ago, the ribbon was cut on Winifred
Absolutely.
House. And it is named Winifred House. Why?
Winifred, we just call it the Winifred Building.
Okay.
A gentleman from Texarkana, Dr. Robert Taylor, donated a sizable amount, and he always would come back to his Cumbie heritage with the Winifreds, and so in honor of Dr. Taylor and him coming back to Hopkins County to be at his home place and seeing it, we decided to call it the Winifred Building.
Well, I think that's lovely.
Kind of honors him a little bit as well.
Most of the buildings inside Heritage Park are named historically.
For their locations, or for who built them, or what they were, who lived in them, or different ideals. It's and we kind of keep it that way so people will know who's where.
Before we talk a little bit more about the Jamboree that will be this Saturday night in the Winifred House, when you come to Heritage Park, of course, you have access to the buildings when it is open to the public, access to see the buildings and
Yes.
stroll. What about the museum?
The museum is usually open 4 to 5 days a week. It's 10 to 2. It's a short time, but our manpower is always limited. We're always looking for volunteers to be able to keep it open longer.
Okay.
And so, we kind of work our board to death. So, like most other organizations in this town, that all of us need volunteers.
So the Hopkins County Historical Society runs the Heritage Park?
We run and own the Heritage Park.
Well, it's a jewel right here in town. If you haven't ever been there, get acquainted with it. 416 Jackson, and it's going to remain Jackson. Is that right?
That area will remain Jackson.
And it is just beautiful.
Yep, we're proud of it. We try to. It's a constant maintenance job, but we still try to keep it open and keep it running. And we hear, like everybody else, every time I've lived here all my life and didn't know this place was here. Well, it's the one behind the big wooden fence out there.
Yeah.
Can't miss it. Come see us.
Oh, it's lovely. And we are very excited with the Riley Springs Jamboree, Roger Reed and myself, to be bringing the show to town. So often people say, well, the Jamboree's way out in the country. And yes, it is. Third Saturday of every month at Riley Springs Community Center in the old schoolhouse. But we thought we'd come to town this summer and put on a show, and then it grew to 2 shows the same night. So Roger Reed, and in our band is Roger and Gary Jones, who played for Ray Price for a number of years, traveled with him. Our drummer is Bill Langley, and he's the grandfather of Hannah and Haley, who have appeared in Heritage Park many times with their music. And then we've got a special guest coming, who is Bob Hayden. And Bob Hayden now lives in Winsboro. Why he came down here, I do not know, but we've got him, and he plays the banjo, and we'll be doing a banjo medley and a little bit of history. But this guy, you've got to meet this guy. When he was about 14 years old and going to school in Dallas at a Catholic school, he met a friend named Steve Miller, who also liked to play guitar. And so they put together a little teenage band, and in time, another student there named Boz Skaggs joined their band, and they were then the Marksman Combo. And they played through high school there, all around the area, SMU and different places. So eventually, Steve Miller went on to form the Steve Miller Band and become history as you know him. But Bob Hayden continued his music, and he is anxious to show a little bit of that and some of his history to you, and some books he's written and recordings he's got. So
good.
It's going to be very interesting.
Yeah.
Myself and Mike Shing are also a singing duo, and we'll bring some music, and it'll be a big show.
Good. We're looking forward to it.
Please come. $10 admission at the door. There'll be some advance tickets too. And you can find out more on our Facebook page at the Riley Springs Jamboree. Thank you for allowing us to come to Heritage Park.
Well, thank y'all for coming out. We're going to enjoy it.
There is wonderful country music and gospel entertainment. It's always family friendly, always smoking alcohol free at our original place and at our visiting venue this coming Saturday night, Heritage Park.
And there will be concessions available.
Do y'all have good cooks in the historical
Oh, yes,
system?
we have real good cooks. Trust me.
You can cook indoors or outdoors.
Anywhere you want it, yeah.
Thank you, Rick Wilson.
Thank y'all.
We appreciate you and the staff and board that you've got for all that you do for us.
Thank y'all very much.
In sports, the opening day of The Edge, the 6 weeks conditioning program, attracted 127 high school and middle school athletes Monday morning in the multipurpose building. After the Edge sessions, which included skill work in several sports for high school and middle school athletes, I talked with Wildcats Athletic Director Greg Owens.
It was good to see all the kiddos, and they were here and pretty excited and anxious to get here, and but worked good. I mean, they kind of shocked their system a little bit, like every year, and they've been laying around for 2 or 3 weeks, not doing much, and so the intensity that hits you in the face there a little bit was expected, I guess. So, but I mean, they work through it and all that stuff. They're going to be sore all week, and just encourage them to eat before they come, eat when they leave, lots of fluids. And what we tell them is really roughly at least a gallon of water a day. Yeah. So empty out a milk jug, fill it up, put in your fridge, drink that. And we're constantly telling those kids that. And so, some of our older kids, we take them, we do a body weight with them every day. That's how they check in. They go weigh. So we know a kid's lost more than 3 or 4 pounds and they're not getting enough fluids in their body. So that's just kind of educating them on how to take care of themselves and take care of the business.
Great weather day. A lot of breeze blowing through here today with a good temperature.
Yeah, unbelievable day today. So that's going to change pretty rapidly, I think. But it was good to see them. I mean, we got out and ran. We finished today running 80 to 100s, and they did pretty well on that. So we got a little tax and a little gas, but it's good. A lot of kids want to come and they want to work. We had a good middle school group, which is still going right now, kind of going through. We have had 27 basketball, softball girls show up. Coach Sipp's got a weight room full of basketball guys right now, and so we got kids everywhere. It's a little organized chaos, and I think we got a girls basketball camp going on, followed by boys basketball camp later. So just a lot of activity, a lot of stuff going on. Kids want to be involved, so encouragement to any parents that don't have to get them involved. Get them here. We're here. We're giving our time to be here, so we want kids to be here so they can get better and learn how to work.
What were the numbers like today? Did you have any idea? It looked like about 125 to me, counting everything.
Well, yeah, if you throw in, I guess about older guys 10 to 12, there's about 70 of those guys. Ninth grade boys, I think there were 22. There were 8 soccer girls. So I'll let you do the math on all that. It's pretty close to 100, isn't it? Yeah. And so then I don't know what we had with the middle school kiddos. I mean, we had probably 25 or 30 of those that are still going right now. And again, throw the numbers in downstairs with the older girls, about 30 there, and then whatever SIP's got in there, 20 plus in there, I think. So big day. So that's probably hitting 150 more probably rolling right now. So with a basketball camp going on. So a lot of stuff. So a lot of kiddos, good faces, and so we got a lot of them that still need to be here too.
And they stick with it. It's tough when one day, but you get 2 or 3 days going, and eventually by the end of this thing, they're going to be impressed.
Yeah, that's what we keep driving home. Some of them struggled today. Some of them after the first drill were lightheaded because they didn't eat breakfast before they came, and they're bad out of shape. And some of them say, yeah, Coach, been playing too many video games. So they know what's going on. So we just encourage them every day, keep stacking one day on top of the other one, and the more you're here, the better you're going to feel at the end of this deal. It's going to hurt right now, but recovery's a lot quicker. But it's not always going to be like day one. Unless they just show up one day a week, then they'll be miserable all summer. But yeah, at the end of this thing, the kids that are committed to it and keep coming, they get in shape and in probably the best shape of their life. And when they keep putting, we keep telling them too, whatever you put in is what you're going to get out. So the harder you work, the better you're going to be.
New skills deal this year, half an hour a day with your football guys on skills.
Yeah, well, it's everybody. I mean, it's not just football guys. I mean, it's everybody. Volleyball was down there getting some skills in, so everybody's getting a little bit of something. I think that's a great rule change. It just lets us keep things fresh on their mind. Coach Metter's over here coaching middle school quarterbacks right now. We got Coach McQueen's down there with the receivers, and what we started doing is we've got our high school skill football guys. They come to the stadium on Tuesdays and Thursday nights from 7 to 8. And so that's really giving us some quality work and helping us with some 7-on-7. And we really saw some dividends from that the last 2 7-on-7 meets. And it's going to let us keep those things fresh on our mind. And the thing we get frustrated in the summer, kids get away from us. They start creating all these bad habits and doing all these things. And, that gets a little frustrating. So we're able now to keep that reined in a little bit, and we can still keep teaching. So we do what we call a lot of half-line stuff. So we'll put a defense over there, safety, corner, outside backer, inside backer, and the same thing on the offensive side over here. We'll go two receiver and running back, go trips and do stuff. But we're able to really teach a lot of concept stuff, a lot of technique stuff, make sure the quarterback knows what he's reading. And then on the same side defensively, the safety, he cheating, look at the quarterback, or he's doing what he's supposed to. So there's a lot of individual teaching stuff we're doing, and so that works well.
The Wildcats varsity 7-on-7 football team won all 3 games they played in competition this past Saturday in Commerce. We get details from Wildcats football offensive coordinator Matt Young.
They just had a group of 6 get together and play just kind of a little round robin. Everybody got 3 games. Great day. We took 2 teams over. Our older bunch and our younger bunch are basically next year's JV. And really good day. The older kids went 3-0. They beat, I'm trying trying to think all who they beat. They beat Commerce, they beat Scurry Rosser, and they beat Leonard. And really offensively executed like we need to. I think a couple of games we scored every time we had the ball. The nice thing from my standpoint, it wasn't, hey, we're faster and we just threw it behind them. We marched the ball down the field, getting a lot better at consistently catching the ball. We kind of got a goal. The goal Saturday was 80%. 80% of the passes that touch our hands we catch, and we actually were over that. The week before, we'd been hovering in the 70s, low 70s to high 60s. So really excited how that played out. Caden Wallace played quarterback the whole day. And he's really getting a better feel calling the game. You just see him kind of bouncing in and out of formations, use a little variety to mix it up, but didn't know what his go-to routes are. I thought Cairo had a really good day receiver-wise for us. Ch.18's really starting to get consistent there and going to be able to provide some depth. Ch.18's starting to get dominant inside, really explosive out of his cuts. And then some other guys. We got some role guys, Landry Meskiman, Zach Tiemeyer, Campbell Cody. They're starting to catch the ball thrown to them. They're making the catch. So really encouraged kind of where that group is going. Our young group had kind of a rough day. They're a little overmatched because they're playing those schools' varsities. They lost early to Quitman. Then they turned around, played a really close game with Scurry Rosser, and then played pretty good against Prairie Land. We kind of ran out of gas by the end. But Matthew Sherman, Ty Stroud, both quarterback in there, are getting a better feel of what they're doing. They got more accurate as the day went. We saw Weston Fields, Carson Fenton, Reed Williams, Colt Simmons, those different guys make some catches, Langston Bridges. So a lot of guys catching the ball, which is always our ultimate goal as we continue to look to improve for the fall.
Just probably a great year to play a lot of 7-on-7. It's really important the quarterbacks and receivers get on the same page.
Yeah, always the more reps, the little things on timing. Wallace missed a couple times behind, but you see him getting better with things that before he had when he would miss bad, some of the touch throws. So we just really like the progress that we're making as a group. And then the younger guys, the more they play, the better they get. And that pays off a little further down the road. So a good day for us, a good day to go play. And now we're sitting with 2 qualifiers left for our older guys.
Is that the qualifiers will be next? Or one
yeah, we go to Tyler this Saturday and then Rowlett the next Friday. So that's our last 2.
It's been a while since I saw you. I took a few vacation days. I know you played some at SMU. Can you think back? Yeah,
that was a really good day. It was a great tournament. Really happy that SMU doing it. We thank those guys. Hope they do it every year. They shortened the games and you played more games, so we ended up playing 6 games that day. Wow. Started off with a couple of wins, beat North Forney, and then turn around and beat a school out of Arkansas, Pulaski. Played well, didn't play great, just got 2 wins. The games are short, so there's not a lot of margin of error. I mean, you kind of win or you don't. And then we lost a close one after that, I think, to Kaufman. Played poorly against Prestonwood Christian, and then went toe-to-toe with Garland and lost in the last minute to Garland. So, I mean, it was a full day. We advanced to the bracket play and drew DeSoto in the first round and fell down, I think, 21-0 to DeSoto. But before you knew it, you look up and it's 21-14, and we got the ball. And we ended up losing, I think, by 10 points. They ended up getting a stop and a score and beating us by 2 scores. But really, kids played really well against them and got after them. So it was a really productive day, and I think that led into our success that we had this past week. So 7-on-7, I mean, it's really whoever kind of makes a play at the end. It's touch football a little different, but you can see us getting better. Our communication defensively, a couple of Cairo and Chase Haney kind of going into some leaders there defensively, communicating with the younger guys what to watch for. Just fun seeing them play.
Lady Cats basketball coach Brittany Tisdale opened her 3-day girls basketball camp Monday in the main gym at Sulphur Springs High School. Camp for girls entering the 2nd through the 5th grades took place from 9 a.m. until 11 a.m., with camp for girls entering 6th through the 9th grades being scheduled for noon to 2. Between camps, I talked with Coach Tisdale.
It's good. It's a change of speed for me. I'm not have to really slow it down, so it's an adjustment for me. But it's fun to see them out here playing at such a little age. So.
Do you have a good number today?
It's small, but I mean a good enough amount for them to really get to play and have a good group to be able to play with each other. So just enough. So we're getting to really work with each one of them is good.
Now this is the youngsters. It's really the basics, isn't it? It's
Oh,
really
yeah.
basketball 101.
Yeah, I have to sometimes do a drill with them and see how much they can really do, and then maybe take it back a little bit or something like that, because I'm not always sure how much the little ones can do. So I usually go based on the youngest, see what they can do, and then we go from there.
Now your older group, they'll probably have a few more skills, maybe,
Yeah.
but maybe you'll have to kind of evaluate them too.
Yes. Now the older group, when they come in, they'll be more like a practice. So I'll get to see how they really play and see what they can do.
You got some helpers out here today helping you out with that?
Yes, we actually have our new assistant coach, Coach Webster. She's
Yeah.
here today. She's helping, and then our seniors are out here helping. So I know some of our seniors are thinking about being coaches, so it's a good experience for them.
Now, if somebody missed today, I'm certain you'd welcome in for the next couple of days.
Oh yeah, for sure. If they miss, they can still come on.
All right. You like this camp stuff?
Yeah, it's different, but all the girls, when they are seniors and they get to come help, they're like, oh my gosh, you're so nice to them. I'm like, they're so little, I have to. So it's different for me. So it's nice to take a break and get to work with the little ones.
That's Channel 18 TV News. I'm Don Julian. Thank you for joining me, and so long, everybody.